frigging wheels. You know what's the worst thing that wheels could do to you? When you find a good rail, and it's a freestore drop rail. Sweet drop rail, and you go and put everything on one hand, one try, and the run-up is just bad surface. Before you jump up, you lose your balance, you fall, you bust your nuts into a million pieces, then you fall down and you bust your face into a million pieces. That's why you need good wheels. So in this video I'm going to address what is the best wheel that dampens shocks, it has the best rebound. Okay, so here's a video about the best wheel compound I found. I haven't tried everything, but I tried probably some of the best ones. I will be mostly talking about sub 90A wheels. So I mostly ride size 60mm wheels around the shore hardness of 85A to 88A. These are the FR AP wheels, 6088, and I have the bigger ones. These were 65mm, same formula, but it's a larger size. I did modify this wheel to have a bit more flat profile. Currently it's around 62mm diameter. I normally like to roll around on flat profile wheels. They just seem to roll over better on a bad surface. The second one is going to be, these are undercover wheels. I got them from Grindhouse. These are the Grindhouse Mac wheel. I think this is something specially made for the German shop called Grindhouse. Black wheel. I think this is a size 58 flat profile, and the short hardness is 88A. No, I think it's 89A. My problem with this one, it's a bit too hard for the bad roads and bad pavements that I got here. But I really like this compound. It could have been a bit softer, but the huge upside is that this one doesn't really wear. I wasn't able to wear off the mold lines. You can still see them, and I was turning on these like crazy. But it's also very cold. Focus, thank you. So I would call this one still the second one. This is the undercover. I think it's Cosmic Pulse, Cosmic something wheel. It is a size 60, 88A black wheel with a slightly round profile, but mine is already a bit more flat, so it could fit into this frame. And last but not least, probably my favorite, the Icon Access 60mm 85A. This one is dark gray. It has a bit of glitter on it. It's only on the surface. It wears off after a while. If I want to put these in order, which one I like the most, I would say number one would be Icon Access. Second one would be the Undercovers formula. And the third one is the FR AP. I've also tried a bunch of other wheels that I'm not going to mention. I will probably not be talking any... Probably I shouldn't be talking about anything negative about other wheels, other compounds. I will just not going to mention these. I will only talk about the good ones in this video. Just in a few words, just to review these. FRAP. I tried these ones first time. I think it's a pretty good compound. It's a very good bang for buck. They wear, I would say, normally and quite evenly. I also noticed that they wear in, sometimes layers are visible. The good thing is that it could take heat very well. I'm looking for some layers. Not sure if you could see them. The good thing is that it's not chunking out in hot weather on very hot pavement. I don't think you could see the layers, how it's wearing. In layers you could see there's some layering, the edge of the layer right there. So generally this is a great wheel. I would keep using them. I'm not gonna keep using them, but I have so many wheels that I could just use anything on any day. Undercover. I really like these wheels. They are very bouncy. They are the bounciest wheel I've ever felt under my feet. The 89, this is the 89. It's a bit too hard for me. On bad pavement, it's quite painful. Too much shaking. The 88 is just a bit softer, but it's noticeably softer. Craziest thing about these wheels, they hardly wear. This was a larger 60mm round profile. The only thing I managed to wear off is the curve of the roundness. But when I got the new frames, the maximum size for those frames is 57, and these are still around 57.5, and I wasn't able to use the grinder to shave off. I mean, it was very hard to shave off even a 1/10 of a millimeter from this. They are extremely resistant to wear. The Icon XS wheels. These are my favorites, and my only problem with these ones, that they wear quite fast. But the thing is that this thing dampens all the shock, all the bad surfaces become skatable, and you could skate on them the most smoothly with these wheels. These are the 65mm, the plastic core and spokes. It's the same hardness, same formula, but the Icons are, I mean the 65s are just a bit too, makes it a bit more harsher. And I flatten this, it flats out pretty fast because this is a compound that wears much more faster, but it's somewhat evenly. It wears quite nicely. There's no layering, no chunking. The crazy thing about this compound, it's an 85, so it's somewhat soft. It's very soft. Landing on it feels fantastic, but it's somewhat slidey. You would think that an 88, 89A wheel would be less grippier and the 85 would be more stickier, but it's not the case. This one grips very well. maybe too well. I just cannot really ride anti-rocker, and normally I like to slide around a bit, but on this one makes it feel very train tracky. On the icons, softer compound, but it's different compound, makes it much more slidier. I could just, I normally call it like snaking a bit. Oops. I normally snake around a bit before a trick, and it makes me feel much more natural if I could slide my feet around just a little bit. Okay, so it's comparison time and recommendation time. I'm making this video for the use that I'm doing, which is mostly street skating on really harsh surfaces. So if you're skating park, if you're skating downtowns where all the surfaces are just mirror smooth, this is probably you could get away with 90mm 98 wheels or even harder. But if you're skating street on shitty roads, I would say the best wheel for dampening the shocks and forgetting about how bad the road is under your feet, the icons. But if you want the best bounce, these wheels feel very, what is it called? It has extremely high rebound. This one, it's like, sometimes I just feel like I could just, I don't know, it feels like rubber, like it's very springy rubber. And this one feels like a cushion, very cushion. Like you could still feel it. There's still a good bounce to it. So I would say, if you need good shock absorption, then you go with the icons. If you want good pop, good bounce, ultra high rebound, you go with the undercover. Or if you can get these for cheap, get the FRs. If you like 85 or 88A wheels. And that's it. So there's one more note about the wheels, mostly about durability and temperatures. I used all three of these wheels, these three, during summer. I normally give them, when I first get them, I give them a break-in roll, which is on a smooth surface. It was approximately the same temperature days. Summer days are somewhat similar. These two are circular, round profile wheels, and I normally like to ride down the roundness a bit because I like them just a bit flat. So with the undercover Cosmic Pulse wheels, I had some problem when I did the break-in roll. It was just a regular summer day. Normally the pavement is much more hotter, and this one started chunking. I wouldn't say big chunks came off, but you could see very small chunks missing. And there was one wheel, I'm not sure if I could find it right now, that was normally my right rear wheel gets the most yeah, this one gets the most beating. It was in my right rear because I mostly turn on that one. So I made a post about it. I even reached out to Undercover that why is this wheel chunking this easily in just a regular summer weather, a regular summer day, while the other wheels, the FRs, these held up very well in hot temperatures. The icons, these hold up very well in hotter temperatures. But generally, I like this wheel. I like this wheel a lot. It's probably the bounciest one I've ever felt, but they're definitely not for hot summer days. You could use them, but if you're riding only with two wheels touching, anything that's freestyle or interrocker on hot summer days, sharp turns on bad surfaces, it is not recommended. Just a few more words about wear and durability. So the icons wear somewhat, these wear the fastest, but these are the most comfortable wheels, the most comfortable compound. The good thing is that they wear evenly, but you also need to take care to avoid or do the T-brakes, the hockey braking properly. So when you do the hockey braking, at least I know this as hockey braking, that's the only one I really know well. So if you put your rear feet out as if you were doing a Mizu, you should not let your wheels stop. They should also always roll a bit when you brake, because I messed up some of my Icon wheels. They were somewhat worn down, so it wasn't a huge loss, but I put some really big flat spots in them. Oh, I just found the flat spots just as I mentioned them. Here they are. I was going down a bit of a hill, bit of an incline, and we don't really have those here. So I rarely need to use any T-braking or hockey braking. So I wasn't paying attention and this accident happened. Yeah, but these are somewhat worn down, so, and they still work. I don't really feel the flat spot. So if durability is most important to you, I would probably recommend the normal temperatures if it's not hot. The undercover is unbeatable. The FRAP wheels hold up really well. And probably the Icons are the most comfortable, but these were the fastest. And one quick side note, I just noticed that there's a huge temperature difference between summer and winter. Pavement gets, I don't know, around 40 or 50 degrees hot on a summer afternoon, and I normally go skate during the evenings during summer. And wheels feel very different on a 30 to 40 centigrade temperature pavement, and they feel very different on a colder, what is it in winter, around 0 to 5 degrees pavement. So the 85 during winter feels like an 89. Feels like an 89 during summer. So I will probably be using harder wheels during the summer, 88s or 89s. And I'm going to stick with the softer ones during winter.